biosphere consists of all life on Earth and all its parts, including the atmosphere, and it can be divided into more categories. The first one is species, which are a group of similar organisms that can produce little babies like them, also called offspring. A population is a group that belongs to the same species, like a gang. Then we have the communities. There are populations from different species. And all the organisms that live in the same place, including its environment, is called an ecosystem. And finally, a biome is a group of ecosystems, and the environment is divided into biotic and abiotic factors. The biotic factors are all the living parts in the environment with which an organism might interact, and the abiotic factors are all the physical components of an ecosystem. Ecology is a scientific study of interactions among organisms and their physical environment. Ecologists use three methods in their work. The observation, which is the act of noticing and describing events. This helps them to make ecological questions. Experiments are used to test hypotheses. And finally, modeling, which consists of mathematical formulas based on data collected through observations and experimentation. There are organisms that store energy from the sunlight and convert it into carbohydrates and are called autotrophs, or primary producers. These organisms can use either photosynthesis or chemosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process in which primary producers take energy from the sun and carbon dioxide to convert it into oxygen. Chemosynthesis uses the chemical energy obtained to produce carbohydrates. The organisms that depend on the other organisms for getting energy are called consumers. And there are 6 types of consumers. The first one, carnivores. They kill and eat other animals. Herbivores. They only eat plants. Omnivores. They eat plants and animals. Scavengers eat the carcasses of dead organisms. Decomposers break down organic matter, and detritivores feed on detritus particles. A food chain is a series of steps in which organisms transfer energy by eating and being eaten. But things in life cannot be as easy as that. So there are more complicated feeding relationships called food webs, which are a combination of many food chains. Let me give you an example of this. Let's imagine a little cockroach that is eaten by a rat. Then the rat is eaten by a cat that later on will be sold to tacos pipe in order to be eaten by you. And finally, your poop will be eaten by decomposers. Each step in a food chain or food web is called a trophic level. Ecological pyramids show relative amount of energy or matter contained within each trophic level in a given food web or food chain. Pyramids of energy show the relative amount of energy available at each trophic level. Biomass is the total amount of living tissue within a trophic level.
Yeah, Mr. White. Yes, science.